Hi, here we are, last week, kind of exciting. I've got a video on the Blackboard about externalities, and so there's quite a bit there. I wanted to touch a little bit on the very last chapter, chapter 18, on resource markets, and call a few things to your attention. I want to bring you back to this diagram that we spent quite a bit of time on, our basic circular flow of the economy. And down here there's the resource market, which is what this chapter focuses on, and of course upstairs is our output market. So we've got businesses supplying goods and services to households making payments for those, but the households are the owners of the resources: land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, the bucket of resources we have. They are supplying that to the firms in exchange for wages, rents, interest, all the types of factor payments. So it's important to have those roles down, because now when we go back to the supply and demand framework, they're going to switch hats on who's the demand curve and who's the supply curve. So coming back up here, when we think about the market for labor, and there's a wage being paid, the supply curve, the labor supply curve, comes to us from households, not businesses, right? The households are supplying the labor to the market. The businesses are the demand curve. And so that's an important distinction, because now as wages fall, businesses are willing to hire more hours of labor. And as wages rise, more people are willing to get off the couch and supply more hours of labor. And so that gives us our upward sloping supply and downward sloping demand. And then we get into the interaction of the two to give us the equilibrium wage and certain number of hours being worked. Okay, so then we're back to our basic chapter 3 supply and demand framework again. So you'll look at things that cause the supply curve to shift, things that cause the demand curve to shift. Since both of you are maybe a little more savvy to business, one of the things that's important for businesses is the productivity of labor. On the last comments we made on Blackboard, I mentioned labor productivity, I guess in Joel's especially, in his posting. And the more productive a person is, the more the firm is able to pay, right? So we're really focusing in on something called the value of the marginal product. How much is that person worth? Well, back to that restaurant example, is if a person can flip 10 hamburgers in an hour, and we can sell those hamburgers for $40, that person needs to bring in at least that amount to the firm for them to hire them. And so we look at the value of the resource at the margin through the revenues that they generate from the product that they make. And so you'll go into greater details on that. I just thought I'd especially like to give you a heads up on the role switching that goes on in that chapter. So good luck this week, and great class. It's nice to have you guys in there. I think you pulled away with something new to live the rest of your life with. Bye.